Vikings when one of their comrade died peacefully in their sleep, instead of getting brutally disemboweled in the battlefield. I guess no Valhalla for you. I guess he sprayed all this stuff on his face for no reason at all. Guess how many men I slept with? Yikes, not that many. Oh, those good old Roman numerals, gotta love it. I saw a post not that long ago showing how many Americans Google, like, how to translate Roman numerals every time Super Bowl season's about to start. The NFL is really the only reason why we all know this. Abraham Lincoln opening a letter. We got your back during your Civil War. We Republics gotta stick together. Sincerely, San Marino. Although your dominion is small, your state is nonetheless one of the most honored in all history. I know they're beautiful San Marino memes. We don't get those very often. They're like the great-great-grandfather of all republics. They remember those Roman days. What you got there? Asks Stalin. This man holding clear Coca-Cola sent by the US. Vodka? How dare you bring in that capitalist bubbly? I guess this guy was introduced to Coke after World War II by Eisenhower. Japan and Germany expand military ties as German warship visits. Hey, I've seen this one before. I literally cannot escape this stuff. Anytime there's a headline with either Germany or Japan or Germany and Italy, everyone loses their minds. Joker moment. I see it on Reddit, I see it on TikTok, I see it on Twitter. I mean, you gotta assume that these countries have to be very careful when they choose to cooperate like this, because you know those headlines are gonna be wild. Mongolia has been a part of China since ancient times. China has been part of Mongolia since ancient times. I guess someone should just remind China why they had to build that massive wall in the first place. Libya attacking Chad, the country, with a modern army with tanks and jets. Chad winning the war with a few Toyotas and their soldiers having a KD ratio of 18-1. Side note, but I just love the fact that we have to specify what Chad we're talking about. If the country just leaned into this a bit more with their like tourism advertising, they'd have so many meme lords come and visit. Oh yes, the Toyota War, which I didn't even know about until like last year. Like I can see why they didn't teach us about this in school, but I would have really appreciated it just on the name alone. France gameplay versus France lore. This is a perfect example of the gameplay just not matching up to the history and lore behind it all. You really sold me this was gonna be like the greatest game of all time, but it was definitely a disappointment. American voters in 1912 looking at either William Howard Taft or Woodrow Wilson. Oh wait, there's a third option. Teddy Roosevelt. It's bully time. And for being a third-party candidate, this is actually incredible. This is the most recent time we've ever had the two major parties not get those top two spots. Would have been interesting to see Roosevelt during WW1. Don't feel too bad, France, because apparently this is just a theme. We have Brazil lore versus the Brazilian gameplay. I don't know, I do gotta admit, the Brazilian gameplay does look pretty fun, although not what was promised. It's like one of those fun games you still want to play just because of the bugs and all the things going wrong with it. Japan causing 150 USS Indianapolis sailors to be eaten by sharks. But oh, wait a second, here comes Australia causing 500 Japanese soldiers to retreat into a jungle and be eaten by crocodiles. There's always a bigger fish out there, Japan, or in this case, a bigger reptile. This is the most Australian thing they've ever done, getting their enemy to be eaten by one of their most iconic animals. It was somewhere near Burma. They were trying to retake this territory. The Japanese were forced to retreat into a swamp late at night, infested with these bad boys. Would you rather be eaten by sharks in the deep water or crocs in a swamp at night? Those aren't fun choices. Evil Germany be like, wins WW2. I think this meme could have been way better with just wins a world war. It seems like they can't even do that in the first place. They've got 2 L's so far, but maybe third time's a charm. Union Army recruiters, hey, wanna join the army? Irish immigrants, frick off. I didn't come here to put down some rebellion. The rebels are trying to get help from the Brit. We'll drive them all to blazes. That's all you had to do. Compare the CSA to the British, and the Irish were ready to go. Math teacher, can anyone tell me what 26 plus 6 is? The Irish kid. Okay, yeah, not gonna lie, this took me a second. I didn't know what this meant. But there are 32 counties on the island of Ireland. 26 are Irish, and 6 of those is Northern Ireland, or in the UK still. So 26 plus 6 actually equals 1. Fellas, if your girl wears a shiny helmet, has a pair of kinky boots, has a lovely flak jacket, has a lovely khaki suit, then this isn't your girl. They're the British Army and they are about to take your land. Is that why the British were so successful in taking over nations? They were disguised as cute anime girls. That's how they got let in everywhere. British India was especially susceptible to this tactic. The Habsburgs keeping the bloodline pure. Are you going to incest me now? How do I even respond to this stuff? I love that I'm not surprised that this is an anime, just disappointed. British history versus British history. If it was a peninsula instead of an island, yeah, things would have ended pretty quickly there, wouldn't it? If just literally these 21 miles of sea didn't exist, this place probably would have gotten obliterated pretty fast. And it wasn't even that long ago where it wasn't actually an island. During the last ice age, it was a part of continental Europe. But pretty much this same exact thing could be said for Japan. When you want to eat, but it's Spain in the 1940s. This little girl looks like she's eating a cat. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be one of those that I'd rather just not look into. No, I don't want to see your recreated Roman Empire in Rome Total War. Literally the most hurtful thing a girl can say to a guy. Either that or, no, I don't want to see how Germany could have won WW2 in a game called Hoi 4. Lincoln was the best president. No, it was Washington. I liked Woodrow Wilson. Both coming together. I'll never forget that in college, I took a US history class, and for some reason the history teacher said that Lincoln was overrated. And I'll never forgive myself for not asking why. Like, I want to track this man down and just figure out why he said that without any explanation. Hard to swallow pills. Sniper kills are one of the most popular statistics of war to manipulate. The vast majority of your sniper hero's kills might be pure propaganda. Screaming in Finnish intensifies. Is it because we can't confirm that the person was oofed? We just kind of assume if it was a hit that it probably. Pretty sure all casualties are kind of hard to confirm though. Any last words, Caesar? Name a salad after me. Wait, don't forget the second line. In a mediocre pizza chain. Dang, I'm sorry, that was mean. I don't know why I do that to Little Caesars. Japanese diplomat saving Polish Jews from the Nono-Germans, and a Nono-German member saving Chinese people from the Japanese. Finally, there's a meme about this. I always thought it was so strange how there was at least one example of both a Japanese and a German doing the same exact thing. You become the pharaoh at 9 and restore the old traditions that your father tried to destroy. Your successors try to erase your existence and don't include your name on the list of pharaohs. Your relatively intact tomb is discovered 3,000 years later and you become immortalized forever. I don't know why I remember being taught about King Tut so clearly. I'm gonna assume that our education system thought it was cool that a 9-year-old led an old empire. I just remember a really large portion of my middle school history class being dedicated to this guy. Becomes president, nukes Japan, creates policy of containment, US economic golden age, rebuilds Western Europe, desegregates the military, fires McCarthy for wanting to start nuclear war, refuses to be corrupt, leaves and lives in abject poverty rather than be corrupt in retirement. It's so difficult to talk about relative recent US presidents. Like, I feel like everyone has different opinions. I've seen a lot of other people say that he was really the reason why the Cold War also started. It's just all so confusing. Normies at 3 a.m. I'm too anxious and stressed to sleep. Me at 3 a.m. The biography of this Roman general is freaking based. So glad that I'm not one of the only weirdos out here doing this. Problem is the next morning I will literally have forgotten it all. When I have to explain the Russian Revolution in history class, okay, yes, so far everything is very accurate. Definitely with the hand motion there. That was definitely Russia. Okay, salutes the dragon anime queen. Here come the tanks, and, oh yeah, don't forget the dragon. Very important part of the Russian Revolution. Father, what did you do during the Great War? I did things so you wouldn't have to, son. Thank you, father. Cut to a couple years later. This is freaking BS. I guess same could kind of be said for, like, the WW2 parents and the Nam kids. Aztec priest rips out the still beating human heart. The Spaniards who just wandered into town. Okay, what the hell's going on right here? And that's how Cortez gets called in for backup. The Greeks, the Afghans, the Turks, the Mongols, the Mughals, the Portuguese, the British, the Persians, and many more all invading India. Yeah, when you put it like that, they really were invaded by everyone. Hey, but they keep coming back though. No, you must accept the conditions of the treaty like everyone else. Even your sultan has accepted it. I reject. Turkey after WW1 be like, yeah, the things that they wanted was kind of wild, not gonna lie. It would have definitely changed a whole lot of stuff if this happened in 1920. The USA electing their own presidents, literally fighting all over the streets. The USA electing the presidents of Latin American countries. It's the only way we get along. Oh yeah, that's a good dictator to put in there. I did not just change my shirt right now. How movies portray samurai opinions between guns and swords. An elegant weapon from a more civilized age. Real life samurai the second they were introduced to firearms. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just about everybody was like this. Who wants to get up all close when I can stand 30 feet back and blow your brains out? What is the worst thing your country has ever done? Germany be like, it's showtime. This is so horrible. Why would they even ask that? Come on, Reddit. You knew what you were doing before you even typed that out. 17 upvotes and 151 comments, huh? I wonder what that's gonna be. I am curious though, like this would be an interesting question to pose if you said like no major powers. No Russia, no Japan, no Germany, no USA. I kind of don't even care about Canada. We already know like the natives are gonna come up. I want to know like the worst thing Micronesia has ever done. Or Liechtenstein. WW1 ended with an armistice signed at 5:45 a.m. November 11th. It went into effect at 11 o'clock that day. So like 6 hours later, Allied commanders dancing around. Lol, 11/11 at 11. The 2,738 men killed on the last day of the war. You know they up there in the sky looking down like this. Those bastards lied to me. Scotland, roughly 3 minutes after the Act of Union. Wait a minute. I hate the English. They sometimes forget this, but yeah, their short-term memory hasn't really helped them much in the past. This happened in 1706 or 1707. You know immediately they're like, what the hell did we just do? United into one kingdom by the name of Great Britain. Well, I hope it was worth it. The SS Edmund Fitzgerald, I served for 17 years, and only the full rage of Lake Superior could sink me. The RMS Titanic, I hit an iceberg on my first trip. Yeah, the Titanic could definitely be summarized as the exact opposite of Swole Doge. German soldiers on Omaha seeing Allied warships after just getting there to recuperate from the Eastern Front. Wait a second. This was not a part of the plan. I never really thought about that, but yeah, this is like their worst day ever. You literally went from the freezing cold tundra of Russia, where there was just a lot of brutality happening, to, oh yeah, we're gonna just chill on these beaches of France. Should be nice and relaxing, and oh wait, the largest amphibious invasion is happening today. Can't think of anyone that has worse luck. And big thank you to my patrons. RyethePie. This is Gabe. Why am I doing this? iLoveMarx. Drew has a small peepee, but I give him money anyways. Dalton D. Drew's Argentinian grandpa. Bring back Polandball. AryanAfterHours. Barnsky W. Ivan Lima. Jesse C. LuxembourgLover. Majestic Unicorn. Max Cooper. McBlorf. Mine Brothers 999 and Stormtrooper 501. Thank you.